Get up, it's time to start planning. Listen. Shut up, Olive. Listen, I know the world feels like an absolute dumpster fire right now, but rather than wallowing in that despair, we have to turn it into action. And if anything, I'm more motivated now than ever to get out in this garden and grow more abundance than ever before. I feel like the past few years I've been having a lot of fun and experimenting in the garden and really learning what grows best for us here in Tennessee and what grows most abundantly. And now that I have a pretty good picture of what that looks like, I'm gonna take all of that knowledge, I'm gonna take all of that experience and really hunker down and grow so much more abundance, hopefully more than ever before. But where do we begin? Well, you can't grow abundance without seeds. And guess what just came in the mail? Seeds! Now, besides really learning what grows best for us, I feel like I've also really honed in on what we actually like to eat in the kitchen. You know, it's been a lot of fun experimenting and growing all these really unique varieties in the garden, but it's been challenging actually trying to figure out how to cook all of these unique ingredients. And ultimately, some things ended up spoiling or going to waste because we had no clue what to do with it. I've been paying attention over the past few months and years of what we are really consuming a lot in the kitchen. Things like potatoes, sweet potatoes, squash, peppers. So I actually don't think I'm gonna grow that many tomatoes this season, because last season a lot of them just ended up spoiling. I literally still have tomatoes in my freezer, so we're really focusing on the things this year that we actually consume. And beans. We love beans. So many beans. With how seemingly challenging the coming months are going to be, I definitely want to also hone in on survival crops, you know, things that'll really help get us through difficult times and sustain us. So with that said, let's see the seeds we got. Let's get into it. So I ordered seeds from 4 different companies this year. Let's open up what I got in no particular order. Who is this from? Who is this from? Oh my gosh! Something I'm really passionate about is supporting the indigenous communities, because they literally taught us modern agriculture. They taught us how to work in harmony with the land. So I'm very inspired by a lot of their practices. So I actively sought out some indigenous companies to get seeds from. So the first company I got seeds from was the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers. I said we're focused on growing an abundance of things that we actually consume and give us like a lot of high yield, you know, survival crops. But to be honest, I ordered these all a while ago and I don't really remember everything I got. So let's see what it is. Oh my God. So something I definitely want to focus on as well on top of the survival crops, you know, is growing a lot of herbs, a lot of natural home remedies. So I got a bunch of herbs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at all these herbs. Look at all these herbs. Got West Indian lemongrass, medium red clover. Very excited about clover because it is very functional in the garden as well. It is a great nitrogen fixer within the garden. So yeah, it's a really nice cover crop as well. Really wonderful for native bees and native creatures as well. It is native. And we love that. And I know clover has a lot of like anti-cancer properties as well. So a lot of this stuff I plan on dehydrating and making a lot of teas out of. Oh, we got some basil. Love our basil. They really upped their packaging this season. I love it. It's beautiful. Some purple dark opal basil. Oh my God, I forgot what that even looks like. Something I definitely want to focus on growing an abundance of this season is cilantro. My mom loves cilantro, and I've had a really hard time growing cilantro. It just never does well for me. I don't know why. So if you got any cilantro tips, please let me know, because I'm a bit lost when it comes to cilantro. But we got lots of slow bolt cilantro, and of course, thyme. We love our thyme. Love, love, love thyme. Now, in terms of actual crops, we got carrots, green sprouting Calabrese broccoli. I think broccoli is gonna be like our main cool crop in the garden this season. We eat a lot of broccoli, so that's something I definitely want to grow an abundance of. Beans. Oh my god, I got so many beans. Hold on, there's beans! Beans! Yes, beans, beans, beans. We got some painted pinto and some tiger's eye bush beans. Ooh, something we really got into this winter time, my partner really loved it, is moringa. It has a lot of really great medicinal properties, so I want to try growing it myself. It was really cool to see that they had this. Slay moringa! Oh, more beans. We got some bear paw runner beans. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh! Now that I'm actually looking and seeing and feeling the seeds again and hearing them, I'm getting excited! Oh my gosh, arugula. Arugula is one of my favorite leafy greens. So easy to grow and so abundant. Some white Russian kale, broccoli, and some cabbage. I can't go a season without growing some cabbage. I think those are gonna be like our main cool crops this season. So very excited. And I got 1 pack of Cherokee Purple tomato seeds. I've grown a lot of tomatoes in my short time in the garden, and Cherokee Purple has always stood out to me. It's just such a delicious tomato. It's so good. So again, I'm not growing many tomatoes in the garden this year, but I am definitely making sure Cherokee Purple is one of them. Slay Alliance of Native Seed Keepers. What's next? This one is from Elohe Farm and Seeds, Elohe Indigenous Center for Earth Justice. Oh my god, let's see what they got. Abundance! Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Oh my god, beans! More beans! So we got some giant purple fava beans. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, I like that it's like little checkoffs there, that's cute. Oh, and I love that they give you like the little tips. It's always nice to look at your seed packets. A lot of the time, seed packets will give you really good information on when to sow your crops, how to space them, how deep to plant it. Got all that info there for you. Beautiful. Hidatsa red. Oh my god, more beans. Hidatsa red beans, green lima beans, beans. Oh. One of my favorite things to grow in the garden, sunflowers. So I got some mammoth sunflowers. Beautiful. Oh my god, they're so beautiful and so fun to grow. A really amazing plant for pollinators. We love our mammoth sunflowers. And honestly, seeds. Seeds are a really great survival crop as well. So hopefully I grow an abundance of sunflowers and get a ton of sunflower seeds. Oh, something that I really love that they had as well was a ton of native flowers. Oh my god, this one I'm really excited about. They have native angelica, native bachelor's buttons, lamb's quarters. Actually, I don't know. I have to double check. I'm not 100% sure if lamb's quarters are native, but at this point they're very naturalized in the US. But they're actually a really nutritious green that you could eat. I literally stopped growing spinach in the garden because we have tons of lamb quarters growing wild in the garden. But this year, actually, I'm gonna try cultivating it and actually being intentional with it. And lupins! I love lupins. They're definitely my favorite flower. I love them so much. They're so beautiful, so beautiful. And they're in the legume family, so I believe they're nitrogen fixers as well. Oh my god, we got some rainbow cayenne. That I was really excited about because I really thought it only came in red. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. I'm definitely focused on growing varieties of peppers in the garden. You know, definitely I love to flavor my food with peppers. It's a wonderful seasoning. But cayenne in particular is a really great plant to grow because it's wonderful for your circulatory system. And we're all about good circulation over here. So definitely excited to grow that. We have beets. My mother loves beets. I haven't had like major success with beets, but I gotta try again for mama. And Ethiopian kale. Let's go kale. Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite seed companies. They are Their packaging is just always so gorgeous and so beautiful. Botanical interest. I love them. Although, I was a little thrown off by this because when I got the box and it says it's from Epic Gardening. I didn't order nothing from Epic. But I did a little research and I realized that last year, or I don't know if it was last year or the year before, Epic Gardening recently acquired Botanical Interest. Okay, Kevin. I see you, Kevin. That's major. I didn't know acquiring seed companies was an option. When you start a farm, the possibilities are so endless, and there's so many things I want to manifest and do with Red Leaf. I don't know if starting a seed company would be something I want to do, just because I can't even imagine the amount of work that goes into that. And you know, growing seeds is actually such an art form, but also such a science. There's a lot of like very specific cultivation that goes into it because you don't want things to cross-pollinate. You gotta be on top of things, properly preserve seeds. You know, it's deep and complex, the world of seed saving. So really, kudos to you, Kevin. I can't imagine what that kind of endeavor is like. I feel like it'd be really cool going the nursery route and growing a bunch of like native flowers and distributing native plants. Probably start on a local level because I can't even, oh my God, doing that on like a national level would be insane. We don't got that much room. You would need a lot of room to grow for like on that kind of scale. But who knows? The possibilities are endless. Let's see what happens. I feel like a lot of what has happened here at Red Leaf has kind of just happened and manifested on its own. It's like materializing as it goes, and it's all happening so beautiful. So I'm just kind of letting the universe take the reins and guide me in the direction that it wants me to go. Let's see what happens. Got a lot of seeds from there. Oh my gosh. And their packaging is always 10 out of 10. Oh my God, this was a free little pack of seeds, a little thank you pack. So pretty. I love their seeds, they're so pretty. All right, so we got some lettuces. Oh, that's cute. They send you a little seed starting guide. Slay. Love that. We got more beets. We got beets. Oh my gosh, we got some really beautiful big ass onions. Onions I've had very hit or miss success with. Very curious to see how I do starting them from seeds. I usually start them, I get like little bulbs and I plant the bulbs and that does pretty well, but from seed, that's a whole other animal. It takes a lot more time. It takes more time for sure. More arugula. Can't ever have too much arugula. Oh my gosh. Another brassica I really want to try this year because I actually eat so many of them. Brussels sprouts. But growing Brussels sprouts is a whole different animal because like, have you ever seen a Brussels sprouts plant? They look crazy. I'm gonna give it a good go. So if you wanna see how I grow Brussels sprouts this year, be sure to follow along. Carrots, can never have enough carrots. We got rainbow carrots, more broccoli. Ooh, I forgot I got this burgundy broccoli. Very pretty, very pretty. Ooh, the Calliope blend. Slay. Ooh, Shin Kuroda. They have a lot of really cool, unique varieties. Now the thing with carrots though, I need to be better about doing it this year. Labeling. Label your goddamn plants. Label your plants, Brian. Because I always lose track of what I plant where, especially with carrots, because you know, it's just kind of like, it happens pretty chaotically. We're gonna try our best. Oh, celery. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I literally went on a little bit of a shopping spree. You'll see what I got today. But I got kind of an abundance of things, which is not bad. I feel like you can never have too many seeds. You can never have too many seeds. Oh my God, I saw these and they were so cute. These are Tonda di Perigi carrots. They're little carrot bulbs, little carrot balls. Oh my God, these are so cute. Imagine just growing these and plopping them. You don't even need to cut them or slice them. You just bloop, popping that into a stew. That's what I was thinking. Like this in a crock pot or with a roast. That'd be fire. Oh, some more red boar kale, more greens. We love that. I don't recall if I've ever grown parsnip. Or if I don't even remember the last time I ate parsnip. What does parsnip taste like? Do y'all like that? I don't know, but I feel like I have pretty good success with root veggies. Carrots I grow pretty successfully. Potatoes I grow pretty successfully. So I thought, let's try some all-American parsnip. Let's give it a good go. Ooh, I forgot I ordered this. Oh my god, these look so fun. They look spicy as hell though. Oh my god, the Bikino red and yellow blend. Look at those peppers. I think these would be great to like dehydrate and make seasonings with. They're also small and I think they would be just like easy to prepare and season a dish with. Ooh, I'm excited for those. Oh my god, I'm not even... organizing all these is gonna be such a different thing. Oh, more cayenne pepper. Oh, these look cute. Lemon drops. Ah, slay. Some beefy purple tomatoes. Now, like I mentioned, I'm not growing that many tomatoes this season. But I think like my plan of attack is to grow more like cherry tomatoes, because you don't really have to like overly prepare them or chop them up to use them in a dish or even preserve them. Literally, I just grab the tomato from the garden and throw it right into the freezer as is. So imagine just having like a bag of cherry tomatoes just like ready to go. And these varieties look great. Sun Gold and chocolate cherry. That just sounds so good. Crap. I might actually grow more tomatoes than I I gotta control myself. Maybe not, I don't know. And the tried and true, one of my favorite tomatoes of all time, pineapple tomatoes. Oh my gosh, and of course they have a beautiful variety of flowers. I got the Madonna blend lace flower. Those look so pretty. Oh my god, those were so pretty. Some Rocky Mountain blue penstemon. Oh, I really love growing flowers in the garden too. Cause like, you know, the goal in a garden, especially if you want it to be ecological and harmonious with the natural world around you, plant more flowers for our wild critters, for our creatures, for our pollinators. It also attracts an abundance of like other types of beneficial insects, like predatory insects that help manage and mitigate pest populations. You know, plant more flowers. So I got some rose mallow. Mira tan bella. She's beautiful. The illustrations really get me. I want to like cut them out and just have like a little scrapbook of these because they're just so pretty. We got some Orient Wonder beans. More beans. We love our beans. Oh my god, so many beans. Oh, I just got a gourmet blend of greens. But beans. The Wenzel fava bean. Love that. And the Trionfo Violetto bean. She's gorgeous. Look at her, stunning. Oh my god, all the beans. All the beans! Okay, slay botanical interests. You are so gorgeous. So gorgeous. One of my favorite seed companies. Oh my gosh. This seed company is literally a household name. They have been around for centuries. Oh my god, they are like the OG gardening company. Fairy Morse. I have been so privileged and so blessed to actually be able to work with them these past few years with creating content in the garden. They're just overall really wonderful people. I've loved working with them. So it's so great to be growing an abundance of all of the things they're able to provide and supply for the garden. It is definitely my go-to place for getting one of my favorite things to grow in the garden. Marigolds! I love marigolds in the garden. They're a wonderful companion plant. They're really good pest repellent. A lot of bugs really don't be liking marigolds. A lot of people don't really like marigolds. I don't really get what all this marigold slander is about. I really love how marigolds smell. They have such a unique scent. They're just overall beautiful. They're beautiful and so abundant. And I feel like their color is just so vibrant and it pops so much in the garden. I love my marigolds. I love my marigolds. Oh my gosh, dill One of my favorite herbs of all time. And they have so many varieties of dill. Slay. More arugula. Oh my god, they have a variety of mallow, the Vulcan mallow. Look at how pretty that is. Ooh, we got some chard. Chard is another green I really like to grow in the garden. Very easy to grow, very abundant. More dill. We got our mammoth dill. Oh my god, there are so many seeds. So many seeds. More Brussels sprouts. This is a different variety, the Catskill. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try 2 different varieties of Brussels sprouts and see which one performs better. I'm very curious to see how that goes. I've never grown this before, but a friend of mine grew it in their garden last season and it was so abundant. And, you know, it took me a while to get into cantaloupe, but she really is that girl. She's like a delicious little fruit. So I want to give her a whirl with the Iroquois cantaloupe. Let's see what that's all about. Tomato, we got the Garden Leader Monster. Oh, here's another of the tall Utah celery. Yeah, I definitely got an overabundance of certain things. You really can't go wrong with having too much seeds. I mean, a seed bank is literally your means of survival. You know, you gonna survive if you got an abundance of seeds. Cilantro, we got more cilantro for mama. I'm like trying to organize them as I sift through them, but it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Lemon balm. Oh my god, lemon balm is another really great medicinal plant. You gotta be careful when planting your lemon balm though, because she could get really out of hand. They make great container plants though, but be careful planting them in a larger bed or straight into the ground because they will take over. We got the long Imperator 58 carat. Let's see how long we can get. I want to try something kind of experimental with carrots this year. I want to see about growing them in like containers, but like really long, deep containers. We have a lot of raised beds and the soil has been amended in all of our beds, but you know, you get to a point where it does hit that dense red clay, and I feel like that stops a lot of our carrots from growing to like their true size, like how big they can really get. Yeah, because they hit that clay, and that clay is a little harder to get through than our loose, fluffy soil, you know? I was torn getting this, but something I really do love in the kitchen, and I do be eating a lot of, eggplant. Eggplant. But the tea is, here in Tennessee, like, we get flea beetle really bad, this really pesky little pest. Oh my gosh, and she ravages my eggplant. Like, they love eggplant, and I haven't been able to like grow an abundance of eggplant because of it. So last year I opted out completely from growing eggplants just to save myself from the heartache. But I want to try again. I would love some fresh homegrown eggplant. So if you have any tips to help mitigate flea beetle, because they are so hard to manage. I covered them, but like the mesh was still, the holes were still big enough for the flea beetle to get in through. Tried diatomaceous earth, that didn't help. Neem oil didn't really do much. Dish soap didn't really do too much. Like, what do I do about these flea beetles? I want eggplant. Oh, we got more sunflowers. Another mammoth sunflower. A different type of cantaloupe. Hale's Best Jumbo. Slay. A slay. Ooh, honeydew melon. Oh my gosh. The Waltham butternut. Oh my gosh. Y'all remember Agatha? Y'all remember Bertha? Literally the biggest squash I've ever grown in my life. It was Fairy Morse. It wasn't this variety, but it was Fairy Morse. It was part of their... Let me just show you. Oh my gosh. This is part of their colossal collection of vegetables. The butternut Sasquatch squash. Talk about abundance. Like, if you really want to grow like so much food, I was so pleasantly surprised by these squashes. Like, seriously, the biggest squash I've ever grown. And they grew so well and so abundantly. Like, she just kept putting out more squashes. Hi, Bruno. Hi, Mama. You want to look at seeds? You like squash too, huh? Yeah. Major slay, Fairy Morse. Major slay on that. Come here, my big boy. What's up? Hmm? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. My big boy. If y'all been following along since the beginning, remember how small Bruno was? I mean, he was a pretty big puppy, but he's just massive now. Oh. Oh, really quick, I don't think I have any more squash here, but something I do want to know that I think is really important to mention. I think a big part of the reason why this giant squash was so successful for me, it's a member of the Moschata squash family, and that really makes a difference. We get vine borers pretty bad here, and I believe there's 5 or 6 different families. There's like Moschata, Maxima, Pepe, there's just different varieties, but Moschata is a really great variety to grow, especially if you have problems with vine borer. They are very resilient to vine borers. I did an experiment last season because the season before last season, I grew a ton of squash, like so much squash, but I grew a mixed bag of Moschata varieties, Pepo varieties, Maxima varieties, and the only ones that survived the season without any damage were my Moschatas. So last season, I only grew Moschatas and I didn't lose a single squash. So Moschata is that girl. Definitely grow those if you have problems with vine borer. They're strong. They're strong. Oh, this was so beautiful to find. I didn't realize, I've never seen this variety, but look at this gorgeous poppy. Thai silk? I mean, it's stunning. She's beautiful. Oh my God, I'm so excited to try her. I did sow a lot of California poppy in the garden, and a lot of it just kind of reseeded. So I feel like the garden is gonna be kind of wild this year. Trying to keep this organized, but it's kind of a lot. Oh my God, leeks. I grew leeks for the first time last season. I love leeks. Leeks are so good. They're so good and so easy to grow, actually. Especially, they're easy to grow from seed. Although, they do take a while. They like, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, I like that. I didn't even realize. I like that at the bottom of the seed packet, it says like how long it takes to mature. Leeks do take a minute. 130 days to harvest. Although, I'm not really sure like how much you gotta follow that, because like, I mean, is there anything wrong with eating a young leek? Let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I did wait. I did wait for my leeks, but I don't see what would be so bad about not waiting the full 130 days. You know? If I want a leek, I want a leek. Oh, these are one of my favorite flowers to grow in the garden. Cosmos. They're so pretty. They're so gorgeous. And a really great companion plant for corn specifically. Yeah, I believe they repel corn earworm. So there are 2 different varieties of Cosmos. There's the bush varieties and the taller growing varieties. I like growing the tall ones alongside the corn because they fill out really beautifully next to the corn, and it just, it looks so gorgeous. It looks so gorgeous. The skyscraper sunflower, and there's literally a bee on the picture. Literally, my sunflowers are always loaded with honeybees. They love it. Now, something to note with sunflower, if you haven't grown them before, they take up a lot of room, especially the like the really big growing varieties. Like when their leaves start growing out the side, they cast a lot of shade underneath. So they're not really a good companion plant. They kind of got to be like in their own area, their own space. And they also, I think they do 2 things. They pull chemicals from the soil. They're really good at like fixing soil in that way. But 2, they also release a chemical in the soil. Not sure what her name is, but I just know she releases something that stops other things from growing around it. She's kind of like, she likes to take over a space, you know, like really claim ownership over a space. So yeah, keep that in mind with sunflower. Oh, the Michihili cabbage. I believe it's a type of, it looks like a type of Chinese cabbage. I don't know if you saw my saga last season about growing kimchi, everything I needed to make my own kimchi. She is still in my fridge. I still have so much kimchi because I'm the only one in this house that be eating it. So I don't know if I'm gonna try kimchi this year, doing that again. But again, my focus this season is to grow abundance, like really satiating, filling, like food. Oh my God. This is a really beautiful sunflower. The flowers are so vibrant. Good old Mexican sunflower. Oh, such beautiful flowers. They get really big and bushy too. You do need quite a bit of room to grow these, but it's so worth it if you do. They're just such beautiful, beautiful plants. Oh God. Okay, one of my favorite companion plants in the garden. Let me see, I got a ton of these. Hold up. Nasturtiums. I love nasturtiums. They are so beautiful. They're beautiful. They're great at repelling squash bugs. I'm growing a ton of squash this season, so we're definitely gonna need our nasturtiums. And they're really the whole plant is edible, especially the flowers. They make beautiful salad toppers. They are spicy though. They definitely got a punch to them. They're really good though. They're really good, but proceed with caution. This is something that I just want to do because I think it would be so much fun. Birdhouse gourds. Do you want to see that happen? Do you want me to grow birdhouse gourds and we can like decorate them? I think that would be so much fun. But I need the room. Maybe I redid my chicken coop. I feel like maybe these would be fun to grow on that because there's a lot of like vertical space now. I think these would be fun to grow there. I just figured it out. I'm gonna do that. This is very interesting. Never tried this before, but it really piqued my interest. Fairy Morse, girl. What is this? It's easy tape. It's literally a biodegradable piece of tape. Not sticky tape, I don't imagine. But it's like a big strand with seeds in them. And you just like, oh, it shows it in the back. You just place them, cover them, water them in, and watch them grow. And they're already like pre-spaced for you. So you don't have to like go in and thin, which is like one of the biggest hassles with growing carrots and other root vegetables because you just kind of chaotically sow them. They also had them for beets. Fairy Morse, this is really cool. I've never seen this before. Very curious. I definitely want to give them a try. And there's over 500 seeds. It's a 15-foot piece of tape. So that's exciting. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh. I may have overdone it a little bit. But again, fam, seeds are not something you can have too much of. This is literally survival, okay? This is survival. Now the next thing I really need to get in and do is organize them. Just to give you some context. Oh. What can I say? I love to collect seeds. So I definitely got to sift through everything that I have and really decide, hunker down on what I'm going to grow. Now I did mention that I want to grow potatoes and sweet potatoes, but those aren't things I typically want to start from seed because that would take forever. Those I usually get starts. Sweet potatoes, you get like the little plant starts. And potatoes, you get seed potatoes. Onions, you get the little bulbs. But those I actually get a little closer to when we're actually starting them in the garden. So the garden season officially starts in like mid-March here. So I want to get cool crops, the ones that I'm gonna transplant into the garden, I usually like to start those 2 months before transplanting them into the actual garden. So I'm gonna start things early, like the broccolis, the cabbages, cauliflowers, the Brussels sprouts, kales, all of those I start indoors. So stay tuned for that video because I would love to share with you my seed starting process for the cool crops. Mid-April is when we start the hot crops in the garden, so things like tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, things that can actually be transplanted. I start those indoors, again, 2 months before that set time in like mid-April. So like mid-February, I'm gonna be starting those seeds indoors. Now to go through and organize all of these seeds. Oh my God, now that I'm seeing all these seeds and hearing them all rattled around, I'm so excited for this season. I think it's gonna be the most abundant season yet. I can't wait to share everything with you. Ah! Oh my God, I'm so excited. If you enjoyed this video, please leave an abundance down in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you're excited to grow this season, all right? I'll see you guys later.